Welcome to Strange Happenings, the paranormal podcast where I, Minx Laura 123, will take you on a journey into the mysterious and unexplained. Join me as I delve into the world of the supernatural, share chilling stories, and explore the inexplicable occurrences that continue to baffle and captivate us. Get ready to question reality and embrace the eerie as we unravel the threads of strange happenings together. Welcome to episode 2 of the Strange Happenings podcast. I'm your host, Minx Laura 123. I'm really excited to be back with another episode. Thank you so much for all your feedback and positive comments. It really means a lot to me. So just a reminder as to why I started doing this podcast. I've experienced, as have many people I know, strange occurrences, and this has sparked a lifelong interest in the paranormal, supernatural and unexplained. And this is why I want to share my interest with you, and together we can explore strange happenings. So just a quick reminder that this podcast is fortnightly. On a Thursday there will be the new episodes, and each episode will feature multiple topics and points to discuss. Don't forget, I really want you to be involved in this podcast. Okay, so I don't want it to be you just listening to me rambling on. It's about sharing your experiences and stories with myself and fellow listeners. So if you've got a story or a question or a topic that you want to discuss, please do get in touch. You can contact me via my various social media platforms or email at minxlaura123@gmail.com. But please put strange happenings in the email subject. Okay, so what is coming up in episode 2? We've got a jam-packed episode. Hope you enjoy listening, by the way. We have got strange, spooky happenings in our haunted house this week. Also, my dad and grandpa's encounters with UFOs in the 60s and 70s. Paranormal TV shows and YouTube channels that I watch and love and will recommend to you. Also, we'll be talking about dead relatives visiting us in our dreams. Has that ever happened to you? Has happened to me. Strange and weird news from around the world. Also, I'll be discussing haunted paintings and the mysterious Hat Man, the man in the hat. Funnily enough, because he's the Hat Man. Also, we've got space news and space mysteries with our resident spaceman, Nathan, who's my lovely fiance, by the way. And also, I'll be reading out some listeners' comments. So let's get started. Okay, so there has been more creepy action in our house this week. Okay, so we live in a very haunted house. Now, in episode 1, I did go into more detail about our paranormal activity that we've experienced over the years. So, if you want to go and listen to that at some point, please do. You'll find out a lot more. Okay, but this week we've had a washing machine turning on by itself and an Xbox doing the same. Okay. So first of all, I was home alone. I was just watching some trashy reality TV. It's my guilty pleasure. What can I say? And all of a sudden I heard blah, blah, blah. I thought, oh, that's the sound of the washing machine. I haven't even been near the washing machine. I haven't even put any washing in said washing machine. So anyway, I go out in the kitchen and yeah, it's on. All the lights are on. No washing in it. It's really weird. And it had a really odd vibe in the kitchen as well. When I was like looking at the machine, I was like, ooh. So anyway, it just really freaked me out. Like, how can it physically turn on? Like, you have to press the button for it to turn on. So I don't know. And also, Nathan's Xbox went on by itself. He was in bed asleep. I was downstairs doing whatever, I don't know. And yeah, he called out, come up. So I come up. He's like, the Xbox just turned itself on. It's like, what? So it got me thinking, like, do ghosts like pressing buttons? Do they find it easy to do? Is that why they do it? Or do they just like electrical stuff because of the energy? Are they trying to scare us when they're doing things like that? Or are they just, making their presence aware? Just kind of saying, hi, we're here. But I've got to say, when things do go on by themselves, it's really scary when 100% you've not pressed that button and it's come on. It's really weird. Has that ever happened to you or someone you know? Let me know. A common one is people say their TVs turn on by themselves. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on to UFOs. Have you ever seen an unidentified flying object? Well, my dad Barry and my late grandpa Tom have. So this week I had a really good conversation with my dad, and we went for tea, which was very nice. Anyway, we had this really good chat about UFOs and stuff, and he told me the following. Okay, so his dad had been in the garden one night in the 70s, this was, and when he come inside, he looked shocked. He'd gone all pow in the face, and my dad had asked him, are you okay? What's wrong? And my grandpa had told him that he'd seen 3 objects covered in bright lights, and they were moving in a row. Then they just stopped dead before forming a triangle. And when they come out from behind the tree line, they just shot off at this really fast, unbelievable speed. And it made my grandpa a believer. But then my dad was 18. This was like in the late 60s. And he was out in the same garden, in fact, where they used to live in East Ham in London. Any West Ham fans here? Up the hammers. Anyway, so he said what he saw was, he thought he saw a bright star until it started flying round and round a cloud before suddenly stopping and then just shooting off in this really like straight line. And my dad is literally obsessed with all things UFO since then. He's kind of had this like obsession and fascination with it. Stayed with him all his life, and he says the experience, he literally remembers it like it happened yesterday. It's so like clear in his mind. So yeah, he's definitely a believer. And I have to say, my dad was the one who kind of got me into like paranormal and unexplained and all that when I was a kid. Like, I would always be walking around the house seeing all these books about ghosts and aliens and so it's because of my dad really that I'm into stuff like this. But yeah, let me know if you've ever seen a UFO. I have to say I've never seen one. I've been out for a walk at night with Nathan, and sometimes I'll look up and I'll be like, oh look, it's a UFO. And he's like, no, that's just an aeroplane. And I'm like, okay. But I've never seen one. But I really want your stories if you have experienced seeing a UFO. I want to know everything in detail. Let me know. All right, next up, I'm going to be talking about some paranormal themed shows that I love to watch on TV, and also like paranormal themed YouTube channels that I love to watch. So we're going to start off with YouTube Nuke's Top 5. That is by far my favourite channel. I love it so much. Now, basically on this channel, it's paranormal clips caught on camera. Okay, now Nuke is a man of mystery. We don't know what he looks like, and trust me, I have Googled it to see what he looks like. You can't find a picture of him. He literally is like a mystery, which I kind of think adds to the excitement of the channel, not knowing what he looks like. But yeah, he shows some really good, scary clips, okay, that I tend to watch during the day, because if I was to watch his videos at night, I don't think I would sleep well. And he has these really great sayings and catchphrases like, shock you to the core, and did you see it? And my favourite one, things didn't go so well, which I normally say. If something happens, I go, oh, things didn't go so well. But yeah, I really love Nick's Top 5. Okay, next up is a TV show called Ghost Adventures. I would say it's probably one of the most well-known ghosty kind of shows out there. But there is a bit of controversy. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's literally like Marmite. I'm a huge fan. I've watched every single episode of Ghost Adventures, like literally, and it's been going for well over like 15 years. So it's a lot of episodes that I've watched. So you've got Zach, Billy, Jay, and Aaron, and they literally go to these haunted locations, do investigations there, and try and capture evidence. I do have to add that I do have a bit of a celebrity crush on Zach. Can't help it. I was trying to think back of like my favourite episodes that I could talk about, and the first one that come to my mind that I absolutely, such a good episode, was where they investigated at Bobby Mackey's. Brilliant evidence that they got there. And also when they investigated at Zach's haunted museum that he owns. Lots of like old haunted artifacts, and people like literally go there and they'll faint, they'll black out, they'll just get ill. Like, it's a really creepy place. I don't think I'd be brave enough to go there even though I'd want to. But yeah, in the lockdown, they did like an investigation at the museum, and they got some amazing evidence, and it was just really good seeing all the different items and stuff and finding out their stories. But yeah, I love the show. They also use lots of new tech. They're always bringing out these new, gadgets that they can get evidence on, whether it's visual or audio. And I really love it. I really do. So as I know it's a bit of a controversial show. I know Zach isn't, popular with everyone, but I really love Ghost Adventures. And next up we have Project Fear, which, well, okay, so it used to be Destination Fear. By the way, you can see Ghost Adventures on Discovery. But yeah, so it used to be Destination Fear, and then a bit of drama, a bit of beef between Zach from Ghost Adventures and Dakota from the show. Won't go into all that now. Like, if you're into the paranormal thing, like, you'll know probably. So all I'm going to say is I like both shows, and that's that. But Project Fear is now on YouTube. Okay, so you'll probably find the old episodes of Destination Fear online on Discovery and stuff. But yeah, on Project Fear, you can see it on YouTube. Okay, so you've got Dakota, Chelsea, Tanner, and Alex. Dakota and Chelsea are brother and sister, and Alex and Tanner are their like best friends. And they do these really cool road trips. They go around to all these different haunted locations. I love the banter and the friendship, that bond that they've got between them, which is really nice to see. They stay overnight at these locations, which is quite rare. A lot of these ghost shows don't tend to do that. They just do a few hours investigation and then they're off. But these guys like literally stay there all night, and a lot of the time they're actually alone during the investigation as well. They sleep alone and that, which is really, like, I couldn't do that. I would be scared. But yeah, there's lots of like creepy challenges that they give to each other as well. I have to say Chelsea is the bravest. Like, she's brave. So yeah, check that out. Next up we have Expedition X. So we've got Josh Gates and his like two co-hosts, Phil and Jessica. So Jessica is like me. She's full on into the paranormal. She's a believer. She wants to capture lots of evidence. Whereas Phil is the complete opposite. He's a man of science. He doesn't believe in anything paranormal, and he's always trying to prove her wrong. And I love their relationship between each other, because even though they're complete polar opposites on their views of the paranormal and stuff, they still get on really, really well. And they get some great evidence. They go to different locations around the world, not just ghosties. They also look for cryptids, like local myths and stuff. So it's really interesting. And I just really love, the show. It's really good. Okay, next up. By the way, sorry. Expedition X is on, I think it's on Discovery. Yeah, it's on Discovery and Discovery Plus. So next up, we've got Slapped Ham. This is a YouTube channel. Not quite sure why Slapped Ham of the title of a channel, but there we go. I love Slapped Ham. I've been watching this channel for years. So this is paranormal clips caught on camera, really creepy, really scary clips. But there's also he does unsolved mystery videos and cryptids. But he uploads like literally either every day or every other day. That man is literally like just uploading, which is brilliant because there's always fresh new content, which is wonderful. But yeah, really love Slapped Ham's channel. And he's got a really calming voice as well. I think he's like Australian or something, and he's just got such a soothing, calming voice. Love it. And then we have a channel called Bizarre Bub. Now I want to shout out and say thank you to my lovely friend Manuel, because Manuel actually introduced us to this channel and we love it. Once again, ghost caught on camera clips. I know there's so many channels that do this, but I don't know, you end up finding your channels that you like and you stick to. And I really love this Bizarre Bub channel. He always gets videos that are really really scary. Like, I think some of the videos that he has on his channel are scarier than any of the other channels. But I don't know, it's just, I love it. And then the last show is actually on TV. It's on the History Channel called Skinwalker Ranch. So you got this team, they investigate this ranch in Utah, and it's home to like every manner of unexplained occurrence. Like literally everything goes on at this ranch, right? So you've got UFOs, you've got skinwalkers, you've got ghosts. And this team like do all these experiments and investigate what's going on and why it's going on. The military involved sometimes, and flying over and trying to see what they're up to. Like, it's such a fun, exciting show. I just love it. I'm obsessed with it. And I do have to say, another celebrity crush on Dr. Travis, who He's part of the investigation team. He's also been on Ancient Aliens as well. So yeah, really love Skinwalker Ranch. That is a very good show. Right, okay. If you've got any shows or channels that, paranormal themed and stuff, please recommend them to me. Because as much as I love giving recommendations to you, I want some recommendations back. So, yeah, let me know if you can think of any shows or channels that I would like to watch. That'd be great. Right, moving on to dead relatives visiting us in our dreams. Have you ever experienced that? And if yes, have you found it comforting or creepy? Have they give you like a personal message in your dreams, or did it just like be like a meeting between the two of you? Or tell me everything. I want to know what happened in your dreams, if you've had dead relatives visiting you. And also, did it happen, the dream, quite recent after their passing, or was it years later? Has it just been the odd excuse me, my voice went then. Has it just been the odd dream now and again, or is it like in a recurring dream? I'm so fascinated by this subject. I looked it up, and it said the official meaning is how, when we dream of dead relatives, it's like a coping mechanism for our grief. But I've also been told by a spiritual medium many, many years ago that when we dream of our dead relatives, it's actually them visiting us, in spirit, So they come to comfort us because they've missed us, or they want to deliver a message, etc. So I'd love to believe that is true. And honestly, I have experienced this so many times with dreams of my grandma, my granddad, who's sadly not with us anymore. And yeah, like you just wake up and it just feels so real. Honestly, it feels so real. Now, sometimes it really changes with my emotions. Sometimes I wake up and I feel so happy, like because I miss them so much, and it's like I've communicated with them via that dream. But other times I just get really sad because it just reminds me that they're not here anymore. And how much I miss them. So it's weird emotions. Normally the dreams I have of them are really lovely though. Like I remember a dream, me and my granddad were like walking in this beautiful, beautiful park, and we were just laughing and talking, and it was like it's so realistic and lovely. And dreams of my grandma, me and her just having like a cup of tea and a bit of cake and just having a chat. So yeah, it's nice. Sadly though, the other day I did have a dream of my grandma, which really upset me because in this dream she was in an old flat, and basically she was saying how she felt stuck, and she wasn't even sure if she was dead or not. And I woke up thinking, oh, it's awful. What if that's. So it just made me think, like, are these dreams, are some of them real, or are some of them just dreams? How are we going to, know the difference? Are they giving us messages and stuff? Or is it just just a dream, Are we just dealing with our grief through dreaming? So let me know if you've had dreams of that nature. I'm really fascinated to know what you've got to say about that. Okay, next up, I'm going to be talking about haunted paintings. So the reason I wanted to talk about this on this episode is I was watching this show the other day, and they had about a haunted painting that was sold from a charity shop. Okay, so some woman come in, she bought this old painting, and then she brought it back because it just terrified her. She said after buying the painting, she had lots of paranormal activity in the house. She felt very low and like depressed and stuff. So she just wanted to take it back, which she did. So the charity shop then put the painting in the window with this sign saying, haunted painting, are you brave enough to buy it? Which, by the way, is a great sales pitch. It's very good. Anyway, so this other person bought said haunted painting, and then once again they bought it back after a week or so, saying the same thing, lots of paranormal activity. It made them feel depressed and sad. And I'm just fascinated by these haunted paintings. Okay, I've actually got a painting that I think is haunted, and if it's not haunted, there's just some weird energy about it. So it's a painting that I remember. This was a good few years ago. Me and Nathan had gone shopping in a place called Lee-on-Sea, and I was in this charity shop and I saw this most beautiful painting. It was quite a big painting actually, in this big old frame, and I was just drawn to it. It was like a magnet. I was just drawn to it. I had to have it. I was a real little diva. I said, I'm not leaving the shop without that painting, because I don't know, I felt a need. I had to have it. The painting is of a little girl who eerily looks like me when I was a little girl, same hairstyle and everything. And she's holding this cute little dog. And so anyway, so we got it. Nathan carried this massive painting to the station. It was really heavy as well, so thank you. But yeah, right, we have done like a few experiments with it. You know, we've got some ghost equipment, ghost hunting equipment, and we've gone up with the EMF meter to it, and it's flashed a few times. And there's definitely something. There's something about that painting. But yeah, what I'll do actually, I'll take a photograph of me next to the painting, and then I'll upload it onto my Instagram, so you can have a look. Minxlaura123 on Instagram. Go and have a look and leave me a comment. But yeah, so basically art is powerful, all right? It makes us feel various emotions, whether it be joy, sadness, sometimes even anger. You know, some people look at these paintings and they just feel just pure anger. So can a painting be haunted, either by the artist who created it or just like a random spirit who's just got attached to painting? I don't know. Is it just a feeling, or can actual eerie events occur around a piece of art? So I actually went online and looked up about some haunted paintings, and I mean, there are loads. There are seriously so many accounts of haunted paintings over the years. Look it up yourself, you'll see the painting and, you know, information about them. These are just some of them that really stood out to me. So first of all, The Crying Boy by Bruno Amadeo. So he completed the painting as part of a series he did with a theme of the crying orphans. This is probably, I would say, one of the most famous haunted paintings out there. So he had prints made of it to sell to the tourists, but apparently the boy in the painting's parents died in a fire, and the boy then cursed every home to which the picture was in. Following distribution of the painting, there were countless fires, but get this, right? The picture remains untouched. So there's all these fires, but the picture's never ruined, or that is so weird. Then we have The Hands Resist Him. This is a haunted painting completed by Bill Stoneham in 1972. And it shows a young boy and a young girl standing next to each other in front of this shop window. And the painting was blamed for the death of a gallery owner and the first ever critic to review the painting. And it's said to cause strange things when you look at it, like people faint when they look at it, yeah, blackouts, screaming, suddenly like you're standing there, you look at it and you just start screaming. And also that a lot of people have like tech issues around it. So is it cursed? Is it cursed? Then we have the Stagecraft of the Hanging Man. So this painting was an adaptation of a photograph that the artist Laura P. was drawn to. So she saw this picture of it. She had to like paint it. She was like, you know, she needed to do it. Felt the impulse to do it. It was an oil painting. So she hung it in her house, but then after hanging it in the house, she just experienced loads of paranormal occurrences, including like mysterious leaks in her house. There was objects being knocked over and broken, and also mysterious knocks on doors. So she didn't want to sell the painting because she didn't want anyone else to have these horrible experiences. So yeah, okay, so there we go. Let me know if you've ever had any experiences with that, or if you know of any other famous haunted paintings and artwork that intrigue you. It's just, there's something about sometimes, when you look at them paintings and it looks like the eyes are following you from whatever direction you go, I find that pretty creepy as well. I know that's not a haunting thing, but it's still pretty creepy. Okay, now we're going to do some strange and weird news from around the world. Right, so a woman marries a roller coaster. I didn't think I'd ever be saying that. So Linda, 56, from America, first fell in love with Bruce. Good old Bruce, a 70-foot tall roller coaster. 26 years ago. Okay, that's when she fell in love, all those years ago. She's recently rekindled her relationship with him after... How can I keep a straight face here? After a previous relationships with a train and a plane. Okay. Whatever floats your boat. The pair enjoy candlelit dinners, and she spends many nights asleep on the roller coaster. You could say this relationship has many ups and downs. Had to say that, sorry. All right, so aliens shown to Mexican government. A self-described UFO expert has displayed non-human corpses to politicians in Mexico. He says that he found them in Peru. They were found and they're mummified. They're roughly 1,000 years old, and they look really similar to E.T. E.T. phone home. They're both white with large heads, 3 fingers on each hand, and very long, skinny limbs. Honestly, Google it, look it up, see the pictures, tell me if you think they're real or fake. Like, part of me wants to think they're real, but part of me thinks, And also the guy that did it, this self-described expert of the UFO variety, has also been known in the past for doing hoaxes and stuff. So, yeah, it's probably not real, but there we go. Also, some new records in the latest Guinness World Records book. Nicholas Cherrywood from US, in his late 20s, has the world's largest collection of Care Bears. He has 1,234 Care Bears. I do love a Care Bear, I have to say. Also, the tallest house of cards built in an hour. Wow. Chinese record breaker Tian built a 27-story house of cards at 7 foot 4 inches tall. That is a big house of cards. Okay, so have you heard of the Hat Man? Maybe he's found a way into your dreams, or should I say nightmares, actually. He's described as a spooky, shadowy figure wearing a dark coat, a hat, and is reported to appear when people are falling asleep or just waking up from sleep. He's become sleep paralysis law for people all around the world. In most accounts, he's eerily quiet. He doesn't touch you. He just stands there watching, which is really creepy in itself. And yeah, I have actually got someone here who's had experiences with the Hat Man. Obviously not those type of experiences. Here's, of course, my lovely resident spaceman, Nathan. Hey.
Hello there.
You've experienced the Hat Man.
Yeah, it's not quite the same as that Hat Man, because he didn't just stand there looking at me.
No.
He was scarier, this Hat Man.
Well, I've got some questions for you.
You ask me the questions and I will answer them
You up
to the
for
best
this?
of my ability.
This is a Hat Man
special.
And let us know if you've also had dreams or just seen him during the day.
Yeah.
The Hat Man. Right. I feel like I'm interviewing you now.
You are.
I know. That's true. So how old were you when you met, I say in brackets, met the Hat Man?
The first time, I'd say...
Roughly?
I'd say about 6 or 7. Fairly young.
That is young.
Fairly young.
Okay. And can you please explain what you saw?
Well...
In detail. I want to know everything.
You want to know?
I want to know the juicy bits.
The juicy bits. So, he always came in the dreams. I never saw him in the flesh, so to speak, in real life.
Okay.
He was always in dreams.
Okay.
Because I believe some people have seen him
That's
actually
right.
as a ghost.
Yeah, just standing there.
But some people see him in dreams. I saw him in the dreams. And he was a tall chap.
Tall fella, yeah.
In a Victorian-style suit, like a black suit, with a top hat. Not one of those giant top hats, like really tall top hats, but you know, like the fairly short top hats.
Yes.
He wore one of them, and he was standing in a closet. And he was always trying to drag me into it.
Oh.
He was literally it's just like...
reaching out.
Yeah. He had pale skin, and he was always trying to drag me into... I couldn't ever see his face properly.
I was just going to say, did he have a face?
I couldn't really see his face, but I could always see his skin. It was pale, and he was just trying to grab me and pull me into the closet.
That sounds terrifying, actually.
And, you know, it happened a lot of times.
I was just going to say, was it a one-off dream or was it a reoccurring dream? Or nightmare,
it was reoccurring. It wasn't every week, obviously, but over my lifetime it happened quite a few times from the age of, as I said, about 6 or so, up until my 20s.
And how did the Hat Man make you feel? Getting
terrified.
into the deep emotional.
Yeah, I was
level
terrified
here.
because he was trying to drag me into the
He's
closet.
trying to get you.
And I was always worried what would happen.
I was going to say, what was he going to do to you in
What
that
would ever
closet?
happen to me if maybe I wouldn't have woke up if he'd have got me into the
No,
closet.
don't say that.
But luckily, he never got
No,
me in the closet.
he got away.
And hopefully, I don't see him tonight.
Did you ever tell anyone about it? Like, did you ever tell
You.
your mum or?
No,
Did you not?
no.
I'm the only person you've told. Well, apart from now.
And
obviously.
now everybody knows
Yeah.
now.
But you never told.
No.
Them? Oh, okay. What do you think he's doing it for? Why is he doing it to people? Why is he just staring at people?
Well, the ones he just stares at, I think he's just trying to freak him out.
Yeah.
Because there's something really creepy about somebody staring at you. Like,
You're doing it now.
I'm staring at you. But it is very creepy when they're just standing there staring.
Yeah.
Not even doing anything aggressive, just staring.
And as an adult,
Yeah.
many dreams of an adult, or
As I said, I'm
more
in
so
my
as
20s.
yeah.
So I'd say they was pretty evenly spaced. It was like maybe once or twice a year.
And
every
who's scarier in the bedroom, looking at me or looking at the Hat Man?
That's a tough one. I'll get back to you on that one.
You're cheeky, very cheeky. Right, and while you're here,
I'm here.
you
I'm
are
here.
our resident
And I've
spaceman.
got my Filofax. It's not Filofax, it's 3 pieces
It's just
of
some notepaper, yeah.
I wish I had a Filofax.
Oh. You're going to be giving us some space news
Yeah.
and space mysteries.
And as you're with me,
Yeah.
you can have a bit of input in space.
Oh, lovely.
I'm taking you to out of space.
But to be fair, whenever you put a space documentary on, I
So
do tend to fall asleep.
Don't fall asleep during my bit on this, okay?
I won't, I'll be awake.
So today in space news,
Yes.
I've got some exciting NASA news.
NASA news.
NASA
Not just
news.
news, but NASA news.
NASA has announced a new director
Yeah.
of UFO research.
Oh,
They're researching UFOs now, NASA.
See?
On the official. And they've
Yeah.
announced a new director to oversee the study.
okay.
So, wonder what they're going to find. They probably won't find anything. If they do, they won't.
No,
admit to
they
it.
will find stuff, they just won't tell
They
us.
already have. They just
Of
don't
course
want to
they
tell
have.
you.
Of course they have.
But now they've got an official man.
Yeah.
It's so they can ask for more money. That NASA mainly does stuff so it can ask for more money. Oh, we've got this new director. We need more money.
Are you a NASA fan?
Yeah, I love NASA. I think it's good that they go to all the planets and send out, probes to everywhere. But I also know they're hiding stuff.
Yeah.
They're hiding stuff.
I've actually got a NASA hoodie.
I thought you was going to say you've also got contact in
No,
NASA.
I wear it in the
Okay,
winter. My
that's
nice
fantastic.
NASA hoodie.
Well, from NASA,
Yep.
we're now going to the James Webb Telescope,
Oh, James Webb.
which we watched launch.
Yes.
We
I
did watch
actually
this
got quite
launch.
emotional with
You
that.
did. You did. So the James Webb Telescope has found possible evidence of life
Life.
on an exoplanet on its atmosphere. It's 120 light years away from Earth, so relatively close in space. You won't be walking there anytime soon, but it's relatively close. The telescope, using its sensors, can detect the atmosphere's components, what it's made up of, the molecules in it.
Okay.
And it's detected carbon dioxide, methane, which is the stuff.
Isn't that
comes
what
out
the
when
cows do?
or people,
Oh, people do it
when-
as well.
when they let one
I thought it
go.
was just the.
No, and
I
people.
thought it was just the cows.
Yeah, no. It's,
Well, I've learned something
Yeah.
new. It's not just cows. Yeah.
dimethyl sulfide, which, as far as we know,
Yeah.
can only be produced by life forms, mainly algae.
Okay.
So on Earth, dimethyl sulfide's only produced by this algae. There was none naturally here.
Okay.
So for there to be some in the atmosphere of a planet,
Hmm.
could there be algae?
There's something.
Could there be?
I think there is. I think there's something.
Yeah. So the planet is called K218b,
No.
and it's a super Earth, which means it's a rocky planet like Earth. But this one's 9 times the size of it. You could fit 9 Earths. And it's massive. Think how big Earth is.
Massive.
So 9 times, and it's the right distance from its sun, the star, that it could have liquid water on. So that's why they think is. So now they're going to have to train other instruments at it to verify whether it was really in the atmosphere or if they're just imagining it.
What do you reckon?
I think there could be. I think we're more likely to find something like that.
Can't just be us,
Do you know what I
surely.
mean?
It's got to be more than just us.
Well, you'd like to think so, wouldn't you? You'd like to think so. So last thing,
Yes.
secret space force.
Oh, I do like a secret, and I like
It's
a space
space
force.
force, but it's secret. So
Okay.
everybody knows America has got a secret space force now.
Yeah.
But it's not secret.
No, it's not
because
secret.
there's actually the fourth branch of the armed forces now.
That's
Or
right.
fifth branch. I can't remember how many they've got in America, but it's part of the actual
Yeah.
official now.
Yeah.
But is there a secret space force that's been going for years, and not just people sitting in offices in the Pentagon, actual people in space being space soldiers?
Yes.
Is it real?
Yes.
So in 2001, a hacker, Gary McKinnon, hacked the servers of NASA and the military and found some suspicious documents
Oh.
titled Non-Terrestrial Officers. Non-terrestrial means space. Not on Earth. Why would you have non-terrestrial officers?
There's something going on there.
It also had a list of the ranks of these people, the names, and a tab of material transfers between ships. He looked up the ships, but couldn't find any of the names in existence.
Crafty.
Yeah.
They
So
did them well.
Are these the names of a secret space fleet? Do we have space battleships? Secret spaceships? Or is it all just a hoax? What do you think?
No, I think
is
we
there
do.
a secret space force?
100%.
Do you think
100%. Of course,
do you
there's
think
so much
do you
that
think
they're
they
not telling
could
us.
hide from us? You know, something like the Starship Enterprise flying about up there.
I used to like him. What's his name? Captain Kirk.
Yeah, no, but
Oh,
we're not
sorry.
talking about Captain Kirk. Talk about the spaceship. Something the size of the Starship
Yes.
Enterprise.
Yeah.
Do you think they could hide it?
Yeah. Somehow.
You think they're
I
hiding
don't know
it?
how, but
It's
they
up
could.
there somewhere.
Yeah.
And you think we've got people in it?
I think there's definitely more stuff that they're not telling us.
Well,
Because they don't think we can handle it.
I can handle it. You might not be able to.
I could handle it. If aliens come down, tomorrow, I'd be like, hello, you alright? Want a cup of tea?
You
Nice
can
bit of
introduce
cake?
them to the podcast
Listen
if
to my
they want to find
podcast.
some interesting topics to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you believe the secret space force is real?
Yes.
I also believe there is a secret space force. I
We
don't
agree.
think they're flying about in the Starship Enterprise. It's probably a secret space force on paper,
Yeah.
not real.
No, I think it's real.
I think it's real, but they've got no actual ships. It's just on paper,
Yeah.
like theoretical. The
Well-
people probably exist, but I don't think there's no Battlestar Galactica out there or Enterprise floating about. And that concludes space news for the day.
That's very good.
So I hope
And
you
you
enjoyed it.
also answered questions on the mysterious Hat Man.
And I hope I don't dream about him tonight because I
Oh, you might have summoned him.
haven't since in like my early 20s. I haven't
Exactly. So
dreamt of him.
he could come back
So
tonight.
it's been over 10 years
He could come back to you.
since the Hat Man has.
What would you do if
invaded
you
my
saw
dreams.
him now?
I would give
you're
him
older.
some choice words and tell him that he's not welcome, but in a lot less polite
And have
way.
you got any advice to people if they also have these?
If you see the Hat Man,
Yeah, what should
steal
they
his
do?
hat.
That's probably not a good idea.
No, actually, just, if you do see the Hat Man, try to avoid him
Try to wake up.
because he's not a
But
nice
isn't
person.
it? I do find it really interesting, Harry. It's just there's so many millions of people having the same.
Yeah, lots of people.
Dream of it.
They see somebody dressed in dark clothing
right.
with a hat.
Yeah. The suit thing.
It's either a suit or a dark duster jacket like the cowboys used to wear, or a cowboy hat or a top hat. He's always got a hat and he's always dressed dark. And he always
Don't ya?
just stares at you.
Ooh.
Except for mine was trying to get me into the wardrobe. But other people may have experiences like that. I don't know. Get in contact if you've ever been.
Yeah, I want to
If
know.
anybody has ever tried dragging you into a wardrobe in your dreams
Who's wearing a hat?
in a hat.
Thank you very much to my resident spaceman, Nathan.
Thank you.
And also Hat Man.
Yeah.
Expert.
Next episode,
Yes.
you're going to have some more space news as always.
Lovely.
But
Lovely.
there's going to be space mystery
Oh, nice.
involving Mars.
Mars. What, the chocolate bar? Or...
No,
I'm
the
joking, I'm
planet
joking.
Mars. So that'll be our topic for space.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Really quickly, we've got some viewers' comments. I've got lovely comments from people on. So you can get this podcast on iTunes,
Yes.
Spotify, and my YouTube channel.
YouTube
Or
channel.
one of my YouTube
Yeah.
channels.
Eventually, we are going to go live on other things.
Yes, this
but
is just the start.
This is the succulent start.
Succulent start. So we've got Ella930 who says, I love all things about ghosts and spirits. I've definitely had a few strange things happen and can't explain. Charlotte158 says, new podcast sounds great. Personally, I'm fascinated by cryptids such as Bigfoot, Mothman, and Dogman. And also, now we're talking about it, there is going to be the Mothman next week.
The Mothman.
Well, next fortnight, sorry. Next episode.
Will I be involved in that one? Because I know a lot
You
about
do know a lot about the Mothman.
Yeah.
Would you help?
I will help.
Assist.
I will be your
You'll be my Mothman.
co-Mothman person.
So yeah, anyone who's interested, that will be happening. Also, Carol B says, well done, Laura. The podcast is going to be really popular. Maybe. I hope. So interesting. I love it. Thank you. I shall remain calm. Says, you have the perfect voice and speech for a podcast. Interesting topics as well. Good luck, Laura. Thank you. Even though my voice is still really croaky because my allergies, I can't help it. Then we've got Sally Dog Lover 85. She says, oh, it's about you.
Oh yes, I've got a comment.
So Sally Dog Lover 85 says, I really enjoyed the space section, and Nathan has a very calming voice.
Thank you,
Thank
Sally
you.
Dog
You
Lover.
are calming. And then we've got Brett, who emailed me. Brett and his wife Carla say they love the podcast. It's very fun, entertaining, but also a bit spooky. That's nice. There has also been lots more other comments, but I can only read a few. But thank you. Keep them coming. I love your feedback.
We want your stories
and
topics.
So we can talk about them on the show.
Because obviously we could go on and on and on and on forever.
Yeah.
We like talking.
Yeah. But we want to know your stories.
But we also want to involve you.
Exactly.
Get involved.
Get involved. Do you want to know what's coming up in the next episode?
Yeah, I do, because I might have to get involved with some of it. As I said, I've told them to get involved.
Very
so I've
true.
got to get involved.
So we've got, next episode is episode 3.
3.
And we've got ghost hunting on a budget, which I think's going to be great. I mean, we don't know about ghost hunting.
We love a budget.
And we love a ghost hunt.
And we love a ghost hunt. So
mix them together, you've got a budget ghost hunt. So, you know, it's not all got to be expensive equipment. You can do ghost hunting in your own home.
On the cheap.
On the cheap. Also, oh no, the big debate. Me versus you on psychic mediums.
Oh, don't get me started.
It's going to be drama.
There's going to be a bow.
Also, real life vampires, do they actually exist? What do you think?
They'll find out next week. Next episode.
All I know is vampires are fantastic. I say that all the time. Also, Mothman mysteries, which
Mothman.
We got space news with you, and alien abductions. We'll be talking about people who've been abducted by aliens.
Mm-hmm.
There's some amazing evidence.
There's some very good accounts out there.
Mm-hmm. And more. Obviously, lots more as well.
So much more.
Whew. So there we go. Another episode.
There we go.
Done and dusted. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to you as well.
Thank you to you.
Wonderful input on the show.
Wonderful.
Don't forget, everyone, you can listen to this on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. Quick plugs for my stuff now.
Plug yourself.
Plug and pimp myself. So on YouTube, I have 2 channels: Minxlaura123 ASMR and Minxlaura123's Wacky World is my vlog channel. Also, you can follow me on the socials. We've got Twitter, or is it X now, isn't it? X. At Minxlaura123 on there. Instagram, Minxlaura123. And I'm on TikTok, or as I like to say, tickety tick-tock tick. Give me a really strange look there. And that is at Minxlaura123 ASMR. If you've got any stories, topics, questions, get involved, email me. Minxlaura123@gmail.com with that subject of
strange happenings.
Exactly.
So that we know that
it's to do with that.
Strange happenings.
Yeah. So I think that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Sorry once again for my very croaky voice. I think I lost my voice at one point.
At one point, you had no voice left.
I was like... But anyway, thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.